Welcome to Thursday, and we are live. And so happy to just be here with you guys. And today I'm actually going to do something a little bit different. For some of you, you know that I kind of come up with these topics based on what I've kind of read or something that I've been going through, or just things that I see that other people have been talking about. And so today I actually want to take a different kind of spin and really talk about leadership, and it is actually inspired by, I guess, spurred by something that I did read from Erika James on LinkedIn. She has now celebrated her first 90 days as the dean of the Wharton Business School. And she shares some tips for four guardrails for new leaders. And I really want to look at these and take them and expand them or kind of translate them into the business world, which is slightly different than academics, but academics is a business too. So one of the first things she talks about is embracing swift trust. And she defines swift trust as a willingness to suspend doubt about the dependability or the capability of people you do not know. So she's taken over this position in the midst of a pandemic, found a place to live online, all the things that are coming with all of us having to make different changes in our lives. And the same goes for our businesses. Okay, there's sometimes we all talk about know, like, trust, but we don't always have the time to develop that in the same way in the midst of a pandemic. Now, do we? And for some people, it's been, hey, our business is about to tank, or, we quickly need to get online, or we quickly need to do this, that, or the other. And they've had to embrace swift trust. You've had to trust people that you really didn't know if they fully could or fully could not do what it is that they said that they could do. But you're willing to give them basically the benefit of the doubt and hope that everyone had the best intentions, the best motivations as they were moving forward. And I really think that that's something that we, as business owners, have to think through sometimes, whether it's somebody you're hiring on your team, whether it's a contractor, a VA, an OBM, a bookkeeper, or something. They might have come with referrals and different things, and that gives them, you feel like, a leg up. But honestly, there's still this need for some swift trust that has to come into play, because a lot of times we're looking to fill a need and we do not have the luxury of an extended or a protracted period of time that we can invest in finding out all the nitty and the gritty about this particular person. And so really looking to think about that. And she gives some really good examples about, if our house is on fire, we don't interview the fire captain and hey, so that crew you're going to send to my house, what are their capabilities? The same with a pilot. If we're flying somewhere, well, some of us are still flying. For those of us who are, you don't actually ask well, how many trips has this pilot made? How many landings has this crew made? You don't ask those things. We kind of just buckle up and we take off. And a lot of times that's what it's like in our businesses. We're buckling up and we're taking off for the road that's ahead. And let's be honest, we're still in this. We are still in this. Paris has increased lockdowns and instituted a curfew. Most of Europe is starting to head in that same direction. The United States, we just have hot spots, cases, states, areas, geographic regions that are still in the midst of this pandemic. And so what is that going to look like continuing to move forward? What do we do with that information? Because honestly, what we thought was oh, this would be 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. We really don't know. We're not really certain. And I mean, honestly, are we ever certain? Not really. So I just want to encourage us in the sense of swift trust, because it's something that we may have to implement on our own ends as we continue to forge ahead. So the second thing just speaks to my fact finder side for those who have taken a Colby, and it says ask more questions. All right. Queen of question answering over here, asking and answering. And so it's really important as a leader, of course, for communication as it is for listening. So it is a two-way street, but it's also really important to ask the right questions, especially when you're in the midst of trying to make a decision about something. It is helpful to have as much information as possible that you can possibly have in order to make the best decision, especially in crisis kind of situations or things that are rather strategic that are focused on that decision and that decision making. So ask more questions. Yes, you now have permission to do just that, and that makes me totally happy. The third thing I love is that she says, find the energizers. Like, let's be honest. There's some people who will suck us dry. Okay, they will leech us until there is no blood left in our systems. Find the energizers. Find those people that when you are interacting with them, they can invigorate you. They contribute to your sense of purpose, your sense of being there as a leader. They are lifting you up, okay? And you need to have those energizers. And sometimes as solopreneurs, we're feeling like we're on an island and it's not Gilligan's, okay? And so we're sitting there and we're just like, swimming, swimming, swimming in our stuff. Find people who are your energizers. Connect, make connections, okay? It's not always easy, and we are making them in what? A virtual environment. Back to that Swift Trust. All right, connect with people, have virtual chats, get to know other people that you can actually support and they can support you and they can be your energizers. Because let's be honest, there are time, energy drains all around us, okay? Nothing is looking the way that it normally looks. So find those who energize you. All right. And the fourth tip is wag the tail or lead the leaders. Okay. So when you are the leader in your business, everybody wants your time. Okay. Everyone. However, you have to make very strategic decisions about not just letting the squeaky wheel get the oil, or not just being, influenced by someone who, well, this is the way that I've been doing this for 25 years, and this is the way that you should be doing it. Hello, unless they were here in 1918, they were not doing this during a global pandemic, okay? So there wasn't even social media then. There wasn't, any of the stuff that we are now have at our disposal. So as a result of that, let's be honest, you do not have to follow some cookie cutter or whatever it is that someone has laid out. Yes, you can take some nuggets from this and some nuggets from that and mix it up and create your own little secret mambo sauce. But the reality is, no one's gone through a global pandemic, okay? And been a solopreneur that you're probably listening to. So as a result of that, just because someone is the most vocal with their, hey, 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 buy my program, or I've been doing this for whatever amount, fill in the blank years, does not mean that that's the viewpoint you need to ascribe to. Okay? Figure that out for yourself as the leader, wag the tail, and lead the leaders. Okay? So all those people who are in your ears, think through everything that they're saying. Is that something that you need to ascribe to, or do you need to pull some pieces from somewhere else and actually create something different that is effective for right now that achieves the goals that you have set? So there you have it. You have those four tips, okay? So, as she likes to call them, the four guardrails for new leaders. Embrace swift trust is number one. Number two, ask more questions. Number three, find the energizers. And number four, wag the tail, i.e., lead the leaders. So, if you catch the replay, drop some comments below. Who are your energizers? Who are you leading? What are you where are you having to implement swift trust in your own life, business, relationships? Okay. And are you going to start asking more questions? So drop some comments below, hashtag replay, and I will talk to you later. All right. Bye.